Please rise for His Excellency, the People's Governor of those states, the face of good governor, the wait-and-see governor, and you can see one of the wait-and-see project. Godwin, Norega Setwa, Obaseki, can you make some noise?
Thank you. Please be seated. Your Excellencies, the First Lady of Edo State and the Deputy Governor, the Chief Judge, who is ably represented, members of the Edo State Executive Council, His Royal Majesty Omonobadedu Ukwa Polo Polo, by White Second, no Gidigan, Oba Tokpe, who is ably represented by palace chiefs, religious leaders, our special guest, the most distinguished Senator Daisy Ihane Danjuma, our party chieftains, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I join in welcoming all of you to this very, very auspicious occasion of the opening of the Senator Daisy Ihane Danjuma Women's Center. I keep insisting that we must put her maiden name, Ihane, there, so that children don't come in future and say, who is this woman from the north that you named this facility after? When we came into office in 2016, we met a generation of young people whose future looked bleak and hopeless. For them, the slogan was, anywhere else but home. Many of them began to undertake very dangerous and perilous trips to Europe. Many of them were girls. At one point in time, we had over 30,000 Edo boys and girls in Tangier, Libya, trying to cross into Europe. You can imagine how many would have lost their lives going through the Sahara to get there. We realized that this was not only a mortal threat to the socio-economic stability of Edo State, it was robbing our youth and women, particularly of girls, of their self-worth, sense of pride, and ability to make a decent and dignified living. This ugly trend had grown so big then that Edo accounted for the majority of young people trafficked from Nigeria into Europe. Thank God that situation has been reversed today. Because despite the opposition which we faced, we knew that we had to face this problem headlong. And for us, the first step to solving any problem is admitting that you have a problem. So by admitting the challenge of human trafficking, we were able to get help from our international and local stakeholders. In the course of this, we realized that there were many other victims in need of support. The unprecedented increase in cases of abuse, particularly during the COVID-19 lockdown, was a wake-up call. And this led us to institute a number of legal and policy reforms. This includes the enactment of the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law, the Sexual Assault Referral Center, the Edo State Gender-Based Violence Management Committee, amongst others. These were all aimed at protecting women and other vulnerable persons in our society. So this center, the Senator Daisy Ihane Danjuma Women's Center, is a key part in the series of concrete steps and actions which we as a government are taking to salvage the future of our vulnerable persons, particularly women and youths, and providing them with an opportunity for redemption. The center houses a shelter for female victims of human trafficking and irregular migration, a sexual assault referral center, and as has been described, is very well equipped. We hope that this facility, which will provide accommodation, meeting rooms, and other amenities which are necessary to ensure that women are kept safe, that they are offered counseling, they are offered psychosocial and legal support. In establishing this center, we have received generous support from the International Migration Organization, IOM, and also partnered with the Italian government. We also like to thank the federal government and the government of Switzerland, who is helping us develop the standard of practice and exchange programs for staff of this center. The governance structure and quality of the program design and the services which will be offered in this facility will be top-notch. With the level of support which we are getting from our partners and stakeholders, we believe that the Senator Daisy Danjuma Center will surely become a reference point for care for abused women in Nigeria in the nearest future. The Senator has given us that assurance. Well, why are we honoring our distinguished Senator Danjuma? So much has been said about her. You heard her citation. But beyond the citation, beyond the expressions, we have in her an emblem, a symbol of the Edo woman. She possesses all the attributes: hardworking, industrious, loving, motherly, everything that we know growing up our mothers used to be, our sisters are, is embodied in her. And therefore we are glad, we thank God for her life, that we have somebody like her that we can place in front as a role model for our women. I want to assure you that for me, Obaseki, my grandparents sent their daughters to school. So I grew up understanding and knowing that women have to be empowered. So if it's left to me, I will make sure that even my House of Assembly is dominated by women. If I had women during the last session, they would not have run away. But this is a fight we all collectively have to fight. Because every time I speak on issues, they just think I make trouble and I fight. I said in the last, when we're screening for the last House of Assembly, that whichever constituency in Edo that has 2 seats, 1 should be reserved for a woman. But my fellow politicians have not agreed and did not agree. And this is part of the fights that we've been having. Opening up the system to ensure there is more inclusion. But rest assured, we will continue the fight. Because in my cabinet, 50% of the women in my cabinet, of the people in my cabinet are women. That is what I have control over. So I want to thank you and to assure you that with what you have done for us today and with the assurances you've given us, as a government, we will do everything to make this center the model for female protection in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Move forward, backward never.
So on behalf of Edo State Government, we want to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us here today.